I was recently asked why I decided to become a doctor, so I figured I'd share a personal story with you guys and really explain to you how I got to where I'm at today. Now, I wish I could say something along the lines where my whole family's doctors and I wanted to follow in their footsteps, so I decided to become a doctor, save the world, and live happily ever after. But unfortunately, my story isn't quite that easy, and I'll be honest, I don't tell it often because to this day, it is still very, very painful for me to talk about. I decided I wanted to become a doctor when my little brother was badly injured from medical malpractice. I'll talk about what kickstarted the idea of becoming a doctor and then some of the life challenges that really steered me in the direction as to where I'm at right now. So I always wanted to have a meaningful career helping people, but I just wasn't sure how. I grew up in a home like most people did, where medicine was the only way to solve any health crisis. I was on antibiotics probably for the first 10 years of my life, which explains a lot to me now. So when natural health caught my attention, it always seemed like the logical way to go and the right thing to do. Now, let's clear this up too, because a lot of people think that, I was just born eating healthy. They think this guy's got it. But let me tell you, I knew nothing about natural health until I started to educate myself in my early 20s, and that was only after gaining about 25 pounds after high school. I ate the standard American diet, or potentially way, way worse than that. Now, this is when it all changed for me though. I moved across the country to a new campus, and on the second day of school, I could see it like it was yesterday. It was a beautiful, sunny Georgia day. I was outside. There was a welcome party going on all around me. It was what the school had called First Tuesday. There was live music, there was the smell of free lunch in the air, which you didn't pass up as a college student, and I was sitting there with a plate of food. And this is when I got a call from my mom. I could hear the trembling in her voice that something was really wrong. She called to tell me that my 4-year-old brother had passed away in her arms about an hour earlier. I remember setting down the plate of food and walking through the crowd sobbing. After 4 years of agony from the malpractice incident, my little brother had passed away. And as I mentioned, this story doesn't get any easier to tell, even to this day. But it was from this point on where I determined to help people take control of their health and stop the needless suffering that so many people face today. I wish I could even say at this point that I became a doctor and once again lived happily ever after, but unfortunately for me, the other shoe dropped. I finished up my 4 years of undergraduate and I started the doctor's program, which would be another 4 years after that. Between the rigorous school load and dealing with complete family turmoil, the stress became unbearable for me. To give you some further insight, I lost all but one of my grandparents and my brother in just a 3-year time span. The aftermath and toll that it took on myself and my family was devastating. My own health started to decline. I developed gut conditions. I developed autoimmune conditions. And lastly, my brain stopped working. And that was what was most devastating for me. I struggled to maintain my grades. And it got to the point where it was so bad that I was actually planning on quitting school. But the problem is that something felt really wrong about going that far and giving up on my dreams and just quitting altogether. So I decided to push forward and seek help. Now, let me ask you, what are the common answers that you get from a doctor when you ask about all these issues or try to seek help for all the issues I just mentioned? Pharmaceuticals, 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 and more pharmaceuticals. And I was already naturally minded at that point, so I didn't want to go that route. And let me tell you, after reading the side effects from these brain drugs, I decided I wasn't touching that stuff. Not this guy here. I had too much to lose. I literally started going from seminar to seminar to learn about natural health. Now, being a broke college student, this required every penny I had and some. Everything my wife and I had. I learned things though. I learned about things like how autoimmune disorders can be caused by gut conditions, and then these autoimmune disorders can set off an inflammatory response in the body, and this inflammatory response can go to the brain and literally cause your brain to stop working. That was me in a nutshell. I had brain fog, no memory, my brain was shot. I sought out to learn from the best and solve my own health crisis and the crisis that so many people were facing at that point without answers. I took control of my own health, I finished my schooling with ease, and then I continue to constantly educate myself every single day on how to regain health naturally. Because the truth is that health only comes naturally. I work with people all around the world, taking advantage of the most cutting-edge health strategies that science has to offer today. I get to help people reverse conditions every single day that they thought otherwise couldn't be reversed. Now, a lot of times when people are told this, they give up. And you know what? I have the opportunity to help people find hope where there is none, live their best life ever. And the other thing too is that we tend to believe that our health is destined to decline as we age. But let me tell you, it can be quite the opposite. And I'm gonna help you do that, improve your health naturally. My story is full of hardships. It's not pretty. From pressure comes diamonds, and I'm proud to where it's led me today and the transformations that I'm able to help people accomplish every single day. So I do what I do as a doctor because I never want to see anyone have to fight the battles that myself and my family have fought with our health. I push against the commonly believed proper treatments, and I give people true answers with real results, real lasting results. If you want to kickstart your journey to better health, watch this video right here. When you first start the ketogenic diet, you're going to be, kind of just trying to wrap your head around it and how much of this did I eat and how much of that. Eventually, once you're good at it, it's just gonna all be in your head as far as what you need to do. You'll just know.